This story comes out of Dayton, Ohio, which is known as the birthplace of aviation and home to the Wright brothers, the famed founders of modern flight, who designed and tested the first power aircraft before taking it on its first flight in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. It will also be known for parents Dustin William Shade, age 25, and Maleah Renee Henry Reed, age 20. They have two children, and unfortunately, they have been accused of starving their children. In addition, they are also facing multiple charges such as child endangerment, tampering with evidence, and serious harm to a child. The dates for these charges range from September the 19th, 2021 through January the 17th, 2023. Authorities said that both children were found severely malnourished and underweight. And to put the icing on the cake, Maleah is currently pregnant with their third child. According to the prosecutor office, on Tuesday, January the 17th, 2023, Maleah took her 15-month-old daughter to the Hope Center for Families facility because she was sick. According to their website, the Hope Center for Families is an initiative of the Omega Community Development Corporation to empower low income individuals and families of Greater Dayton to achieve and sustain self sufficiency with the life skills, work skills, and character to succeed through a two-generational poverty reduction model. The Hope Center brings together services from Dayton's Children's Hospital, Many University, Sinclair Community College, and Omega CDC to serve the unique needs of our community right here in Northwest Dayton. With passion, persistence, partnership, and planning, we are making progress possible for people across our community. The child was immediately taken by ambulance to Dayton's Children's Hospital and was later admitted to ICU. Just to reiterate, Maleah took her daughter first to the Hope Center. Then the child was taken to Dayton Children's Hospital and admitted to the ICU. Dayton police were called to the hospital because the daughter weighed less than 10 pounds. This is a red flag because a 15-month-old baby should not weigh less than 10 pounds. The medical staff at Dayton's Children's Hospital notified the Riverside Police Department about the critical condition of the child because they suspected abuse. Riverside police obtained a search warrant for the couple's house and was disgusted by what they found. Officers were met by the child's father, Dustin, who was holding the couple's 5-year-old son. They said the house was a hot mess and the entire house smelled of urine. Okay, this is gross, and kids should not be living in a house that reeks of urine. The 5-year-old was immediately taken to the hospital, and he was also found to be severely malnourished, only weighing about 20 pounds. Again, this is another red flag. The boy was immediately hospitalized, prosecutor Heck stated. He stated both children had unexplained bruising on their bodies, and if not for the emergency medical treatment of both of these children, they would have died, and this is just unacceptable in our community. The prosecutor stated it is very difficult for one to believe that no one else saw those children. It's hard to believe that no neighbors, family members, especially over the holidays, noticed that these children were severely underweight children. I have to personally agree with the prosecutor's assessment. Where are the family members? Did they not see that the kids were severely malnourished? In January 2023, Prosecutor Heck announced a grand jury indicted Dustin and Maleah on 4 counts of endangering their children and 1 count of tampering with evidence after their 5-year-old son and 15-month-old daughter were found malnourished. Prosecutor Heck stated his office was seeking custody of both children. He said they will have to file for custody of the couple's third child, which Maleah is currently pregnant with once it is born. Dustin is currently in custody in the Montgomery County Jail being held on a $500,000 bond. He is set to be arraigned on Tuesday, January the 31st. Maleah posted bond and was released. She is set to be arraigned on Thursday, February the 9th. The prosecutor office stated it has filed a motion with the court to have the bond increased to $1 million on both Dustin and Maleah. According to news outlets, during the investigation, it was alleged that a neglect and abuse case was opened in April 2018 involving Dustin and Maleah's son. Montgomery County Children's Services spokesperson said any documents or records pertaining to reports of child abuse or neglect or an investigation by the agency are confidential under Ohio law. As a result, Montgomery County Children's Services cannot disclose if there has been prior involvement or if there is a current case open, she said. The Montgomery County Prosecutor Office confirmed that Children's Services were involved with the family in 2018 to 19, but could not go into detail. My commentary. This is another case that is disgusting and why kids should not be having kids. It seems the 5-year-old and the 15-month-old had a rough beginning from the start and it continued into 2023. If Maleah is 20 years old and her son is 5 years old, this means she had him when she was 15 years old. Did she get pregnant when she was 14 years old, and was Dustin 18 or 19 years old? Their kids are severely malnourished, and yet they are pregnant with their third child. They can't take care of the other two, and now they're pregnant with another child. The American Academy of Pediatrics reports the following average weight for a 15-month-old girl is 23 pounds, yet the child weighed only 10 pounds. The American Academy of Pediatrics also noted that the normal weight for 5-year-old boys is 41 pounds, yet his weight was about 20 pounds. I talked to my niece who's in the medical field, and she said that there can be, when there's long-term hunger, it can result in poor physical and mental development. Kids that are constantly underfed suffer from wasting and stunted growth. Their brains, bones, and bodies lack the proper nutrients to fully develop. The long-term permanent implications potentially lower IQ, poor performance in school, and poor physical health. If the baby girl weighs only 10 pounds, I seriously doubt she could walk. Many 15 months are taking steps on their own, holding a cup, clapping when they are happy, among other milestones. Did the 5-year-old boy ever attend preschool or kindergarten? Someone posted Maleah's bail, which means she is loved. It is a shame that money could not have been used on parenting skills prior to the kids allegedly being abused. As I mentioned before, no one from Maleah or Dustin family saw that these kids were malnourished. No one, not even one person, because if you did see something, you should have said something. I agree with the prosecutor office that both kids, including the unborn child, should be taken from both parents immediately. Kids are precious and a gift, and it is sad to see there are people in this world who do not realize this. I would like to thank God, the first responders, the nursing staff, and the prosecutor office for saving these children. They are the true heroes in the story. Isaiah 49:10, they will not hunger or thirst, nor will the scorching heat or sun strike them down. For he who has compassion on them will lead them and will guide them to the springs of water. If anyone sees that a child is being abused, it is critical that you report it as soon as possible. Do not rely on someone else to report it. If you are a parent or a caregiver and cannot take care of the child, please reach out to your local church, your hospital, a neighbor, or a first responder for help. All kids' lives matter. I'm going to say it again. All kids' lives matter.